Just a quick intro, guys. My name is Shaun. I'm married to Jan. We're both retired. We've been living in Spain now for nearly 10 years. We own our own property. We've got a pool. We've got a couple of cars. We've got a dog and a couple of lovebirds. Could I survive in Spain on just the UK state pension? No other income, no extras, just £786 a month. If you watch my previous video, old versus new state UK pension, I said I was only getting £786 a month on average. But the new state pension pays out in full £998 a month. Obviously, I didn't get the full amount. Quite a bit really, isn't it? Now let's imagine my wife has sadly passed away and I'm left with only the state pension to live on. I have no mortgage, no rent, I already own my own villa, but the only income coming in would be £786 a month. Could I make it work? What I've done, I've worked out some of the bills that I'm obviously going to have to pay each month. Now guys, this is only approximate because obviously my wife hasn't passed away, but if she had, then for the as soon as she dies, I'll be left with a big villa and obviously bills to pay, but I'm going to go through some of them anyway. So the first one, which I think is the big one every month, is electricity. Usually I'm paying on approximately about €87 a month. Now I've worked it out, I could probably cut that down to about 50, maybe €60 a month. Now, like I said, I would have to do a lot of cutbacks. I'm going to mention that a little bit later on. Water. Now with the water, we pay it every 2 months, but I worked out on average, we pay about €96 a month now. I think I could get that down to probably about €40 or €50 a month. The IBI tax, which is like the council tax. Now, I just do a one-off payment. Some people can split it in two, but for me, it's going to be just under €500. Community fees. Now, I'm lucky, because where I live on campus, so I don't pay no community fees at all. So that is a big saving, straight away. House insurance. Now, these are things where, obviously, some insurances you can pay monthly. I believe the bank does that system, but I just pay mine yearly, so I would have to put money by each month. But the average on the house insurance is about 320. Car insurance and fuel, well, another, I wouldn't say it's a bonus, but my wife's got a car. Now, obviously, we got 2 cars. Now, I would use, because we got a lease car, that's what I'm trying to get at, and the lease car is £329.37 monthly. Now, I can't break that contract. I end up paying more money. So I would have to carry on that for, I think I've got a couple more years on that. But thankfully with that includes the car insurance. The only thing I have to pay is the car tax, which is only €56 a year. So that's pretty good. Now, the fuel, that would be something else I would have to really cut back on. Now, on average, I'm spending about €120 a month. I could probably get that down to, I don't know, I got 100 here. I probably could get that down a lot less. Now, obviously, if I can cut it down even more, I would probably start to rely on my friends. Now, this is another thing about living in a community. You got your friends around you. Because one of the problems that I would have with transport as I get older is getting to the main hospital. Now, our main hospital is in Cartagena, which is about an hour's drive away. You can't really catch a bus. I could get a taxi, but that's going to cost a lot of money, innit? So I would probably get one of my friends and I would give him some petrol money. And thankfully, hopefully not be going to the hospital too many times as I get older. Right, obviously the next one, which I think is going to be where I'm going to really have to budget, and that's the essentials, food and drink. Now, we just pop across the road. We got like a mini supermarket. We do spend a little bit over the top. So I'd probably have to start going to a supermarket, maybe even catch a lift and go to a local market. But I reckon I'm talking about 200, 300 euros a month still. Now, could I cut back on that? I think personally what I might start doing, if that was the circumstances, is probably eat out. I can get a breakfast for about $6.50, and obviously I can get a midday meal for that, and probably an evening meal, or even, worst of all, microwave meals. I mean, I can cook, but I'm not. I think when you're cooking by yourself, you end up buying more stuff, don't you? Because I've been by myself for a couple of years, and I did find living on your own, it can be expensive. So I think here I'm going to be lucky, because coffee, less than €2, so I can sit outside still and enjoy life. I mean, at the moment I'm down at Bolwavo. I'm looking at the beach, and I used to come down here, me and Jan, every day when we first got here. We was a bit like tourists. So you can, in a sense, live cheap, but then I would have to rely on the transport. I wouldn't get a bike. That's definite. But yeah, going out in essentials. Now I got medical care. Now thankfully, because I'm a pensioner, I'm on the S1, so I'm on the Spanish health system, so I ain't got to worry about that. Obviously, dentists you have to pay for here. Now they're not expensive as they are in the UK. Now my wife, when she was alive, and she still is alive really, she has a checkup, didn't cost her nothing, because she's an old person. So that's a bonus here. I'm not saying that's like that in all dentists, but the dentist care is a lot cheaper. And obviously prescriptions, you can get prescriptions a lot cheaper here as well. And usually you can get prescribed medicine across the counter at the pharmacy. So that's another bonus. Well, internet. Now, I've just changed, before I was making this video, I've just changed it over to Starlink. Now, I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm in the process of doing it. I've just told my internet provider, because I was paying about $27.82 a month, which I thought was pretty good, but to be honest, it's getting a bit pants lately. So I'm going over to Starlink, and that's going to cost me €40 a month. So I would still be paying that, and I think that's probably going to be one of my luxuries that I can't really skimp on, really. But thankfully, with the phone, I get sponsored by Lobster, so I don't have to pay for my phone. So that's another bonus for me. But other things like Netflix, I'll probably get rid of that. Amazon, I don't know, because Amazon Prime, I can get my deliveries the next day. So I'll probably still keep the Amazon going. Lifestyle changes. Now, holidays. I don't really go on holiday, so I ain't got to worry about that. Eating out, I'll still do that, but I would obviously like just pop across the road and have a cheap breakfast. But going out, say down to the port, going to the Chinese, those sort of places, yeah, I would just drop that. But yeah, those sort of things, yeah, I would cut back on quite a lot. And trips out, I mean, I love going out, but then to be honest, I could just walk about where I live. I used to do that a couple of years back, so maybe a good idea that keep me healthy as well, go out walking. I'm quite up to that. End of the day, is it possible? So could you survive in Spain on just your UK state pension? And I say yes, but it would be a very modest lifestyle. I wouldn't go hungry. The bills could be paid, but there wouldn't be much left over for luxuries. I mean, another thing I didn't say that you do need to put obviously some money away for the emergencies. Now, I think personally that the villa I'm living in is too big, but I couldn't sell it straight away. It still needs tidying up a bit. We got a swimming pool. Now, the other thing I thought about is I would drain the pool, shut down the pump, get rid of the pool man. That would be a huge saving for me, because one, electric and water. So when I mentioned electric and water, I won't know really until I would have done that. But at the moment, I'm not doing it. But I'm just giving you an idea, really. I think, yeah, personally, I could still live on 786. Now, some of you will be living on a lot more. Now, next year, I'm going to be meeting Mick and Kath again next year, which I did a video of them. They bought a place down near Torrebecca, so they own their own home. They haven't got a non-lucrative because they used an Irish passport, but they're going to be living off one state pension. So this video is sort of, in a sense, going to be about them, really. But I'll be meeting them next year. So if you can hang around for next year, so don't forget, like and subscribe, I'll be talking to them next year. So I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Shaun, you didn't give us a breakdown. What's it all going to come in total? So I've come home, I worked it out. So here it is. Now don't forget, this is if I was by myself and I had to look after myself. Electricity, €50. Water, 20. House insurance. Now this is a month, 28. Car lease. Now car lease is going to be my most expensive because I've got to pay that each month. As I mentioned before, I'm going to have to finish it off, which is $329.37. Car tax, 5. Fuel for the car, because it's petrol. Now I could do less. I don't particularly want to, not if I can help it. I worked it out to be about €80. I'm going to have to go down to those garages where you can get it really cheap. And there's some great deals on even at the moment. Internet. Well, as I was mentioned, Starlink, €40. Now, I'll probably get rid of Netflix and the Amazon thing, because I don't watch a lot of telly really, other than YouTube. Food. Now, food is going to be a difficult thing, because that's going to come also under my lifestyle when I go out eating out as well. But I put it to 200 with a question mark. I don't think I'll be paying anything less, but I thought if I can try and keep it 200. Tax, I don't think I'll be paying any tax. Now my accountant, I'll probably get rid of it. I probably won't need an accountant because I'll probably just try and do it online. My IBI tax monthly would be 42. My bank charges, because I'm going to keep the bank guys, I'm not into all this on the line stuff, I don't trust them. But also, when I do need to borrow some money, the bank's there for me. So, yeah, I'll be paying the bank charges, and that works out about 12 a month. Now, the complete total of that comes to 806.37. Quite precise, isn't it? Now, don't forget, guys, the exchange rate. Now, I'm getting £786. Now, on today's exchange rate, I would have got 907.13. So, end of all that, pocket money, which would also be my savings really, just in case of accidents, would only be 176. Now, as I mentioned, I live in a big house. Obviously, eventually I would have to sell up and go for a smaller place. Once the lease car is finished, I'll probably get an old banger, because I still need to get out and about. So that will be savings. But anyway, I just thought I'd make this video because I think it would be interesting for people, especially if that's all they got. Now, thankfully, I've got my private pensions. Whew. But for those who've only got the UK state pensions, I think you can quite easily live here on just that. And guys, it'd be great to hear from you, because I know there's loads of you out there, spinster people, or just by yourself. How do you get on? You know, give us some tips, share it all around. Love to hear it. Add it below. Anyway, don't forget, give it a like if you liked it. If you didn't, tough. And there'll be another video coming very soon. Oh.